everyone, Sheree here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here and if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and all your support. So today is going to be a second part in my autism awareness little series. And if you missed the first one, I will put it in I will link it above, so you can check it out. The video was about my 6.5-year-old great nephew Noah, who has autism. So my friend Melissa, who I've known for almost 30 years, her son, he's 23 now. And he has an amazing story. And like I said, I couldn't choose between these three people. So I just thought I'm going to try my best. And hopefully I won't leave anything out. Please forgive me, Melissa, if I do. I made like a little timesheet here on my poster. My little cheat sheet. If you see me keep looking off to the side, that's what I'm doing. I don't mean to be rude, but because if I forget anything. And let me just show you real quick. Here's my another autism shirt that I got in support of Autism Awareness Month. So I'm able to show my support at work or wherever I am. Got a really good deal at these at my Walmart. So like I said, Howie, his father's name is Howie. So Mitchell was born in August 1998. And they were living in Mississippi at the time. And apparently he started showing signs of not communicating, and she couldn't figure out what was going on about 18 months. So 18 months, is when she started getting him tested and different things. And she had his hearing checked twice just to make sure, to rule that out. And by the second time she had it done, the audiologist suggested that she go to the doctor that the school board provides, have him tested for autism. And I don't know if she said autism, but I guess to get tested. And that's what they basically, when he was tested, they said he had severe autism and would probably never have his brain would never get past 2.5. But anyway, so this doctor tested him actually 3 times. They had to go back 3 times. And luckily it was Melissa said it was like in a cabin. It was a nice, it was something that Mitchell was familiar with, because I guess they lived in one, and so it wasn't like a sterile facility, like a hospital, because bright lights, they're I think they're very sensory, bright lights and noises and everything, they autistic people, kind of bothers them, I believe. So he was diagnosed about 2.5, and that doctor suggested that they go to their local primary school and try to get him, on the right path to, education, whatever they could do to try to, to just help him along the way, to get better, to stimulate him. And so that's what happened. They also met with a third person, which was, she kept calling her lady because she didn't know her name. But this lady this teacher, was a speech pathologist and an occupational therapist, and I believe a behavioral therapist. And so this was at a primary school, and I believe he went to this school till 3rd grade. And they signed him up. This is not 3 years old now. This is very young, but they didn't want, they wanted to get the ball rolling, so to speak. So 3 days a week for 1 hour, he had school. And so they did that, and started with sign language, I believe. So Melissa kept that going at home, and every time she would say a word to him, she would sign it, and he would sign it at school, but he wouldn't talk. And then about a month later, she said he would he not sign at home? He started saying words at home, but he wouldn't sign. And so he started talking. And then one day she went to go pick him up, she said, and asked him, would you like to go out for a pizza? And, she signed it. And he said, yes, pizza and drink. And he spoke as he was signing. And the teacher was like, whoa, wait a minute. He's talking? She's like, yeah. She's like, okay, we need to do something we need to, catch this and, and harness this and, okay, he's talking. This is amazing. So, so then believe at that point she's going to pre-K, and I believe that's when started going one-on-one, and I believe this is when he started going 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, and started learning more. And gosh, I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but and at one point, so apparently physical exercises really help stimulate the brain and everything. So I think they would, during that 4 hours, he wasn't like, in one room. I think they would take him out for a little while and then come back. So I'm trying to remember everything. That I'm not sure the time frame, but that was another thing that she had mentioned to me that they did to help him. And then when summer went out, she decided to keep him and have him go to summer school, so he wouldn't forget anything. So when he went into kindergarten, he could, keep the ball rolling. Another thing I forgot to say, I don't know if it was starting kindergarten or whenever it started, when he did start going to school, maybe when he went to when he went to the primary school, every quarter, and actually throughout his whole life, he has always had to have like an evaluation with this. I don't know, with the school board, but always some kind of evaluation. But the only test per se that was in his file for the school system was the one that he had when he was 5 years old, and his IQ was 101. Now, she said that normal IQs are anywhere between 80 and 120. So he had an IQ. It's just, getting everything to connect, I guess. So he went to summer school. He ended up going to kindergarten. And then, and I think they had to change schools when they moved to Florida. And in Florida, I think this is when they had, our friend Mel, a friend of ours, she's a speech pathologist, mentioned, oh gosh, and I forgot what she called it, CAR, something to do with autism. I can't remember it now, but CARD. But she had mentioned, that he could get help. There was financial help available. And so actually 5 schools came to them, and said, hey, because the state, I believe the state or government, was, willing to give them money so he could be in a school, have a aide with him that he's had his whole life till he graduated high school. And I believe he did have one in college too, I believe. So anyway, to get an advocate assigned, and that advocate is also a person that was very instrumental in his whole life, and I believe she said they still contact her. She has been very instrumental on trying to get a legislature passed. It's to get the autism, the awareness and so there's more help, some accessibility. I think is what I'm trying to say. I hope this is making sense to y'all because it was a lot for me to try to sink in and remember. And so just all throughout his life, he, and Melissa just never gave up. And I know when your child is diagnosed with severe autism, and they tell you there's no hope. I mean, it had to have been devastating. But I'm doing this to give anyone hope, no matter what age your child is diagnosed with, or your brother or sister. Don't give up on them, because Melissa didn't. And thank God she didn't. I mean, they said that he would just rot away in a state home, and I know my friend Melissa. She's like, I don't think so. She's like, no. She just pursued, just kept, just doing whatever he had to do. Um, so at that point, believe we got up to. Did I tell you about the pods? Okay, so in kindergarten, I'm sorry, kindergarten, he was like in a pod class. So I think I did say first he was at 101. That was when he was in pre-K, and then they did like a pod. So the teacher that was with him, she has her own little class, and I think this was maybe like 8 to 10 kids. So it wasn't like a huge class, but he didn't like it very much because they were noisy, and loud. They were just loud, and but it served a purpose. He did kept getting educated, got the help he needed. Um, and okay, so that takes us to third grade, and then by fifth grade they moved to Arkansas, and that school that he went to Arkansas, he was till he graduated high school, 12th grade. So that was a little blessing. Um, and he just accelerated. Thanks to all these teachers that just recognized, and he had talent, and so okay. So I just want to make sure I didn't leave anything out. So and if I didn't say before, so he did every year in school, every quarter. So that's 4 times a year. He would get evaluated, and I don't remember if she said. I don't think he was ever present when this happened. But it just they wanted to see if he was still basically mainly retaining everything, I think. But in his junior year of high school, Melissa said, "Okay, I want I want Mitchell present." Because she's like, he needs to be an advocate for himself pretty soon. At that point, he's almost 18, and they're like, and so when he became a junior in high school, he decided he just he didn't ever really have to have any help. She said when he got to when he got to high school, he just kept studying on his own. When he was younger, I think I might have left it out. They every night he practices words, spelling, just every night when we know, and they just were quiet. They just sat next to him, and if he had a question, they were there. And she said when he got to high school, he just kicked it in overdrive on his own, and it's just he started showing talent. He's a very good artist. And when he was a junior, he decided to go to college and take some courses. He's like, I'd like to go to this campus for half a day. And she's like, okay, are you sure? So he started taking half-day college courses when he was a junior. So when he went to his senior year to get evaluated, they're like, okay, this is, how are we doing? And he's like, well, I'm going to college. This college that I've been taking classes. And they're like, college? They're like, you have a second year reading knowledge. I can't, in level. He's like, what? I don't think so. He's like, well, your teacher says that's what the capacity you have. And Melissa said he got a little ticked. He was not having it. He had some comic books in his hand, and he said, "Can a second grade child read these?" And he's like, "They're like in your point." So he opened them up and he started reading these intense comic books with words, sentences, and they're like, "Whoa, um, he needs to be reevaluated." And she's like, "What do you mean?" He needs to be tested. He has never been tested for his, at all since he was 5 years old. She's like, "Oh my goodness." So, needless to say, that got him on the right direction. Finished high school. Uh, so, on the road before he got into college, the college that he had been going to, they offered Melissa a job and note taking for students. And so she actually got a job, paid for it, and she was able to take classes also and be there for him, with him. So they kind of both went to college. And basically, he got a degree. He got, what was his, okay. He got a associate's degree in graphic design. So that's what his degree was that he got in December 2019. He just got his degree, and so did Melissa. But I believe she's went on to get her. She's still going or got her master's. She's just so proud of both of them. I wish I was able to go, but in a nutshell, I didn't want to make this too long, but it is possible if you just whatever you need, go out there and seek the tools that people you know there are the resources. And so like I sort of didn't want to leave anything out. So yeah, I'm sorry, 18. So in 2016, he was 18 years old, because they said, "Oh, he's never gonna be able to hold down a job. He's never this, never that." He's like, they left there, and he's like, "Can we go to GameStop, please, Mom? I want to try to get a job." It was during the holidays, and he applied, and they hired him, and that was his first job. And now I believe he's commissioned. He's like I said, he's well. You'll see after I get done talking. I'm going to show some artwork. He did some self portraits. He I think I'm going to show you the figment that he. I don't know if he painted or drew on a mirror, but these are all stuff that he has created. I think he has these characters that he likes. There was the Mitch the Coyote. If you, I've been trying to look at his Facebook page, and he is getting paid for his artwork now, and and he's got some awesome friends that he relies on, and I think some of them have autism. They're like in different stages, but I'm so sorry that I never got a chance to meet him, but I hope this little story of Mitch's life gives you some hope, and just I just I'm just very proud and honored that I was able to share his story. Yeah. Oh, and she meant to tell me. So she also told me. She said, yeah, she said her GPA was like three point something. Mitch's GPA when he graduated college was 3.67. So yeah, that's amazing. And he was a Phi Theta Kappa, and he's thriving. He's now 23 years old, and I guess he'll be his birthday's in August, so he'll be 24 this August, and he's just an amazing gentleman. I don't want to say boy because he's a young man now, but and thank you so much for listening to my story. If you have any questions in the comments or message me, I will try to answer them. But I hope that this was enlightening. I hope it was not entertaining, but I hope that that you enjoyed watching this. And stay tuned for my third video. I will be talking about my friend Joey from It's Joey's World, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. And thank you so much for watching to the end. And if you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have watched it, please comment. I've had so many people watch my first video, but I've had hardly any comments. If you like this, please just give me a heart, say good job, something. Please give me a just a little comment, anything. If you have watched this video, I would really greatly appreciate it, because the more likes, the more comments. YouTube shares this, puts this video out. Maybe other people with autistic family members, could see this, potentially see this. So just thank you so much again for all your support, and I truly hope that this video blessed you in some way, and I hope everyone has a blessed day.